Hello guys, I wanted to come in here and do a quick little video for you guys to show you how to do the never-ending card. I showed this to you guys on Monday and I told you I would pop on just kind of sporadically here during the week and show you how to make this. So let's go ahead and get started. This is Danny with Stampin' the Pink Barn. Please, I have to let you guys know, Stampin' Up! Has changed things when it comes to host codes. So when you guys go to make a purchase and you go to hit that checkout button, please be sure if your order is under $150 that you use my host code. This helps me tremendously to be able to keep bringing you guys these videos, keep bringing the giveaways that we do every week. So, but if your order is over $150, please do not use my host code. They're going to give you some rewards and I want you to have those. All right, so we're going to need our paper trimmer. We're going to need a full sheet, which, I mean, you don't need the full sheet, but I'm just going to show you how to break it down and cut it if you want to make 2 cards. Now, one full sheet, 8.5 by 11, will make 2 of these never-ending cards. So pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this, holding it with the 11 going landscape style. You're going to cut this at 5.5, just like you would a normal card base. Make sure that's in because things were not straight when it's not. And then cut that in half. All right, so those are your 2 card bases for your 2 separate never-ending cards. Okay, now you're going to take this and you're going to turn it again landscape style and you're going to cut it in half again. So that is our 8.5. So we're going to cut this at 4.25. So now we have 2 pieces that are 4.25 by 5.5. We have 2 of those pieces. What we're going to do is we're going to take this long ways. So don't flip it this way on this side. This is where we're going to do our 1 1/16. Sorry guys, a little confuzzled on my behalf. So hopefully that doesn't mess you guys up too bad. So just erase that first part and we'll go here. All right, so 1 1/16, score it. Okay, now cut it at 2 3/4. There we go, much better. So now you're going to push both of those in on your score lines, just like that, all right? So that is one part of our card. Now hang on to that and put that aside. Now our next piece, what we're going to do is we're gonna take it and score it this way. Now we need to score these at 1 3/8. 1 3/8. So we know that 1 1/16 is 1 tick mark. So now we need to look at the bigger lines and count over 3/8 and score that. Move our cutting blade. So 1 3/8. Now flip it. 1 3/8. Okay, now we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut it this way because this one we cut in half in the middle landscape style. Now we're going to cut this one in half portrait style. So this one will now get cut at 2 1/8 because that is half of 4.25. So 2 1/8. Oh, I just dropped my glasses, dang it. Okay, cut that in half. All right, now you're going to have these 2 pieces. Okay, those are our sides. All right, now you can get rid of your cutting blade for the moment. Now make sure when you're going to make this that you pick out what designer series paper you're going to use first, because it's very important that you pick out the color of cardstock that is going to coordinate with your paper. Oops, I have these the wrong way. This needs to go like I don't know what the heck I am doing here, but I am really losing my marbles. There we go. All right, that's situated right. All right, so what I did is I decided that I wanted Tidings of the Season. This is in the annual catalog. This is a 6x6 designer series paper. I loved the colors. I like the traditional Christmas colors. So that's why I chose this. And this is one of those papers that can be used with so many things because you don't have a specific pattern, but it goes with a lot of great colors. So that's why I chose the soft succulent. All right, so we're gonna lay this here, lay that kind of, I think it went like that. Lay that on top of each other. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my Terran tape. Let me make sure I did this right because something looks goofy. All right, never mind. I'm seeing things apparently. All right, so what we need to do is we need to grab our Terran tape. I even made one of these earlier today just to make sure that I wouldn't screw it up, and lo and behold. All right, so on our inside flap, we're going to take some Terran tape and just kind of put it right in the inside here, up on the tops, and then this one you're going to put at the bottom, because we want to make sure that it's going to stay within. So that's why I kind of laid those side to side, because you want to make sure when you lay your Terran tape that you don't lay it on the past this score line here. So see how there's a score line that we put on this piece? Make sure that you don't put your Terran tape past the half mark on these 4 flaps. If that makes sense. I hope it does. Okay, and then do it again over here. Hello, Patty. So see, at least if I put this on YouTube, I can always go back and edit. Okay, so we just did that. And did that. Okay, let me grab my take a pick tool and pull these off. So we've had so much crazy rain down here that we've had like some kind of flooding going on. And I already jacked my hand up once with the vacuum, but at least it's healing pretty well. But then I go outside and had to fix some of our, the driveway that we have it lined with railroad ties, and then we have a culvert that runs underneath the driveway. Well, the rain got so crazy bad that it wound up taking our whole driveway and like taking a big chunk out of the driveway. So my husband drives our Suburban, which is a big 4-wheel drive, you know, kind of SUV. So he can get in and out of our driveway. Well, I have my little minivan, and I'm not willing to try to take my car out our road. So with him, he has to go back and forth to work every day. So I told him, I said, I'm not driving out that because there's like this huge ravine now. You can actually see the culvert tubing underneath it. And I'm like, well, I'm just not going to drive over that. So just telling you that now. So I said, well, I guess you're going to be doing the driving and all that kind of stuff. So my mom went and picked my son up from school yesterday. And she's like, I am not driving in your driveway. I go, I don't blame you at all. So she dropped him off and just let him walk up our road. So take your 2 pieces. You're going to now align them like this. So make sure you're watching what you're doing here. Hold these 2 pieces together as best as you can. And then now lay this one up here, aligning it with, you know, your line there. And then now take this piece and bump it up and align it as well. So my hand is kind of screwy here. So I'm just going to take this and then just put this up against here. But making sure that you're not overlapping your cardstock over here, because you want to be able to make it, let it move. Okay, now I'm going to turn this way and then put this one up here. And with tear and tape is not as forgiving and let you move things around like our multi-purpose glue. See, it'll wind up tearing your stuff. But just be careful when you're doing this, because you want to make sure that everything is lined up correctly, so you get, but then you don't want this overlapping. So if you bump it up to this line, I guess it's going to work better, because then it's going to match here anyways. All right, now test it. Flip it open. Okay, push your pieces down. So now that opened up. Now grab your bone folder and now go and burnish everything, all your lines. Okay, now this part is going to flip outwards, so grab these score lines and push those down and push that down. Okay, burnish those. Okay, and now flip it again. Okay, so it works. So it flips open. There's our front. Then it opens up like this. This is our second section, and then our third section, and our fourth section, and then back to the beginning. All right, now to decorate our card here. Let me get some of this out of the way. So like I said, I'm using the Tidings of Christmas. So for our front piece, you're going to need 2 pieces at 2.5 by 1 3/4. So let me grab my glue, and we're just going to adhere those straight on here. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I was thinking, ooh, that stripe is really pretty, but that's not what I decided to do. So when you're cutting your paper, make sure that you're watching the direction of your, if it's directional paper. Because you surely wouldn't want your trees going sideways, because then that would make your card look kind of goofy, right? So yeah, once this gets posted, make sure when you watch it and you want to make this card that you don't follow my first set of instructions, that you watch my second set of instructions. Okay, then you're going to need 4 pieces at 1 1/8 by 1 3/4. And when I go to put this up on the blog, I'll make sure I write everything correctly. Okay, get these adhered on here. These cards are really fun for, I always think that they'd be really cool cards that, say you have a bunch of cards sitting around, and since 1 piece of cardstock makes 2 of these, that's pretty cool too. And you can go as elaborate as you want when it comes to decorating them. But people who are in nursing homes, how much fun would this be for them? Because then it would keep them occupied. You know how some of them just really like to tinker with things and really play with things? This is excellent for that. Make a couple of these up and just make it simple and just put a couple of labels with just like Merry Christmas on there. How good of a way of just blessing somebody else's day. So, all right, now we're going to open this up to the second section. So this second section is pretty easy. You're going to just need 2 pieces of 2 1/2 by 1 3/4. Now I really contemplated whether or not I was going to use the soft succulent cardstock or the evening evergreen, because this paper looks so pretty with that evening evergreen also. Hello, Melanie. Are you still on vacation, lady? You lucky girl. Okay, now you're going to open those. Oops, hold on. Yep, that's right. Now you're going to open those up. Let me check my other one to make sure I didn't. Yep, I didn't miss anything. Because you never know. All right, now here's your third section. You're going to need two pieces of, again, the 2 1/2 or 2 1/2 by 1 3/4. Okay, and then put those two pieces on. Okay, and then you're gonna need 4 little pieces. These are 3/4 by 1 1/4. And those little pieces are gonna get stuck on these 4 tabs here. Now, if you were gonna make a bunch of these, my suggestion is either cut a bunch of labels out and have them already ready, or if you have like a label punch. This one's too big for this card, but I have this, you know, tailored tags punch. A punch would be really good to have, or if you've already cut out, like if you have your layering circles, if you've already cut out a bunch of circles and you have those, or even the Mini Mates stamp set along with that die that cuts out all those little wording. We have the one that's in the holiday catalog that matches that die cut that has some of the holiday sayings on there. That would be really cool too, because I just have a bag of those that I've already pre-cut. I've already pre-stamped and then pre-cut them, and then when I need a saying, I just kind of go to my little probably won't be able to find it now, but I just kind of grab my little baggie. Oh, right here. I think this is it. Maybe not. No, this isn't it. But I have a baggie just like this of my Mini Mates sayings, which, oh, there they are. Like that. See, I've cut them in black. So I just cut, I do my one big stamp because it's all one big stamp. I stamp it down and then I run it through my die cutting machine. And then I just throw my little bits and pieces in a little bag. And then when I have cards that I know that I need smaller sayings on, I already have them cut and ready to go. And then I can just do my little assembly. All right, so our next piece is section 4. This is where we're going to put our sentiment, where we're going to write to our, you know, family, friends, loved ones. That is going to be this little piece here. Do you hear my daughter in the background? She's making her little noises. Okay, and then another, and so this white piece here was 2.5 by 2, and our designer series paper is 2.5 by 2. Okay, just like that. And then you're gonna need 4 pieces of 2.5 by 7/8. Okay, and those are gonna go on these 4 little pieces here. The postage stamp, okay, what did you say? Postage stamp punch would be cool. Absolutely, because it is this one right here. I had paper in front of it. You're absolutely right. That would probably actually fit perfect on there and be able to fit in all these open spaces. That is a really good idea, Melanie. You're in Wisconsin right now. I know, I saw that you got to go visit Miss Kelly. That is so awesome. I heard her say that on the our team meeting the other day, that you guys got to hook up and visit for a while. That's awesome. I'm so glad you got to do that. one day I will get to do the same. We've talked about possibly buying an RV, and that's kind of what we want to do, is we want to travel. But first we need to figure out where we want our forever home to be, because I just don't think Tucson is going to be our forever area to live. But that's neither here nor there. We'll figure that out in time. All right, so that is the last part of our card. So now our card is done as far as adhering all of our little bits and pieces that we needed to add. Now you just go in and you can add. So here's the front of our card. You open it up and see where we put those two pieces. Now they show behind these two pieces, so it's not just all blah. If you want, you can actually measure this out and put pieces up in there also with a third different pattern. You could do that by all means. I just left mine blank. Then you open it again and you've got those two colors. How cool for Christmas is this? Then you write your little saying in there, put another little sentiment up there, and then voila. So I hope you guys make these. Like I said, I will write all the directions, the recipes, ingredients, all that kind of stuff on the blog, so you guys can make sure you read it versus just only watching and hearing what I'm telling you. Then you'll be able to kind of follow along as I'm doing it with your numbers right there in front of you. All right, you guys, have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping in and watching me assemble this card. I hope you guys try it. And if you do, and those who are members of our Pink Barn Stampers group, I would love you to post pictures of your finished projects. We all need inspiration from, and it's a team. We all need to work together on this, you know. We get inspiration from one another. So, you guys have a great, great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys back on Monday. All right, bye.